Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need shadow read for this full moon, your full moon in Aries to the new moon in Scorpio, October 2022. I'm your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 24 years of service at the time of this not timeless recording. This is a timed recording. Author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. Link in the description box. You can preview it for free if you like. I'm also a creator on Patreon. Patreon.com/drawingthecircle, a wonderful subscription platform for creative types like myself, Cardinal Fire, Creative Fire, my Aries collectives, doing lovely stuff over there, live streaming every morning, and with an unlisted YouTube live stream thing, so my patrons can chat with me in the morning, cup of coffee, on the couch, using the laptop, talking about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, really digging it over there. My patrons get all of the extended readings, part 1 on YouTube, part 2 on Vimeo on demand, or you can be one of my subscribers. You get access to all the extended readings, exclusive content that no one else will see, advanced content before everybody else sees it. So if you want a deeper experience, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, because I'm in love with alliteration, come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, that really just call me Mal. Hey, hi, my Aries of my cross watchers. Let's get down to business. First reading of this series. Always fun to kick off a new one. I really like the waxing and the waning moon reads, the 5-card draw waxings and the 8-card draw waning moon reads, because I find them a bit more practical, right? Not telling you what's going to happen, but telling you what you can do in the inside and the outside of your life to heal, to grow, to evolve, and in this case, to do the shadow work, and we will get into that in a little bit. An 8-card draw is nothing more than 1 card from 8 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline. There are chakras involved. We got oracles on the table, healing mantras, all sorts of sorts, right? So let's look at it. The full moon in Aries, Sunday, October 9th, 4:55 a.m. It's a little early in the morning for me to get up and do magic, so I'm going to probably be doing that from 11:30 the night before to 12:30 the day of. And then, of course, after that, we're in the waning moon, the releasing, the letting go, the surrendering, the waning moon, the alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace. Sorry, I got a kitty cat head bunking my leg under the table, and that's standard procedure here at Drawing the Circle. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Children, well, not children, 18 and over on my channel. Melchior, the Taurus. Hey, sweetheart. Chill out. He's such a good boy. I love my boys. I have 3 black cats. Follow me on Instagram because I'm usually snapping pictures of them more than myself. We're looking at the letting go to the new moon in Scorpio, Tuesday, October 25th. 6:49 a.m. So you get to wake up on a Tuesday and do a little something for yourself. But I'll tell you, the 3 days of dark moon before that are going to be dark moon in Libra. That should be interesting. So it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because the shadow work is really important. And even if you're a cross watcher, apply this reading to yourself. You're going to help yourself heal, do your own shadow to light. We'll talk about it, all of that alchemy stuff. You'll be assisting, helping to heal the Aries you are cross-watching for, as well as for the entire Aries collective, because there's just one of us incarnate here, really, in pure unity consciousness. But like pieces of a puzzle, we all got to show up and do our best, yeah? So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do my best to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace necessary to help you do the shadow work. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table. It's an earth science thing. Please don't make me do math. Symbolically speaking, the spiritual language, right, the language of spiritual alchemy, that process of shadow work is removing those 3, transforming those 3 to go from toxic to healthy, shadow to light, pain to peace, illusion to truth. That's where we're going to start with Caroline Myss archetype decks. cards, I guess. MYSS, she's a PhD. Go read Sacred Contracts and Anatomy of the Spirit, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, let's do it. Enough explanation. Let's dive into some divination. Please take a nice deep breath. It's more fun that way. Still point. You can hear the rain outside a little bit on the HD camera, I bet. Here we go. Using the Caroline Myss archetype cards. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the 8th chakra archetype? Delineating, showing, pointing to the shadow work necessary. The 8th chakra hovering over the head, setting the tone, the pattern, beaming down the code to the other chakras underneath it, shifting the electromagnetic balance, what they attract and what they repel, so that they do what they came here to do in this life. It can be delayed but not prevented, so let's not delay the 8th chakra archetype for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Cross-watchers, this, their full moon in Aries to new moon in Scorpio, October 2022. Bang, bang, you are the warrior, or you're dealing with a warrior. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And when I mean a reason, it could be like for 30 seconds. A season. In a lifespan, that could be 20 years out of an 80-year, right, lifespan. But for a lifetime, literally from womb to tomb, go read Sacred Contracts. The warrior is part of the action family of archetypes. There are 9 different families. So this is not about gender. Come on, did we learn nothing from Wonder Woman and Xena? Yeah, I know, warriors come in all sorts of shapes and sizes throughout history. The shadow attribute written on the card gives you an indication of the shadow work, right? What you don't want to look at, what you don't want to deal with. If you have looked at it, you don't want to deal with it. If you've looked at it and you're dealing with it, you don't want anybody else to know about it. Keeping it in the closet, as it were, in the shadow. The light is what you are shooting for, and here's the thing. The more you heal this within yourself in whatever way, shape, or form, you're helping all of humanity heal that, right? So see if this clicks in with what's going on planet Earth. The shadow attribute, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. Political warriors? War itself going on planet Earth at the time of this recording, right? Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Now look, when we're possessed by the shadow, that's exactly what happens, but that's the thing, there's only one shadow. I mean, we all have personal content in that shadow, but it's collective, right? There really is only one shadow self. So what you're shooting for here, the light, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Once again, it's a choice between hero or villain. Now, Aries, named after the Greek god Ares, god of war, bang, bang, you are the warrior. Got it? Let's look at the next 4 chakras down. We're going to work this way down. So think, that warrior archetype is sending down codes now to the crown, spiritual power, mental power, third eye, willpower, choices, decisions, spit, swallow, or chew, third chakra, emotional power, heart chakra. This is usually where the shadow work begins, because bottom line, third chakra, choice. You got to choose to do it or not, to delay or not delay what cannot be prevented. And as my guides have been saying a lot in the past month or so, hey, it's okay. You don't have to do this now. You can do it next week, next year, 10 years from now, next life, 10 lives from now. But you don't get to choose the curriculum. You only get to choose what you want to take at any given time. Work. Please take a nice deep breath. This feels good for a shadow read, I guess, because we've got literally the warrior in the Mars sign of Aries. Still point. All right. Yeah, I call upon my goddesses of fire, the sign of Aries, powers of the south. Please, 1 card in clarity for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What do they need to be aware of inside? Heart, third eye crown, feminine dynamic, yin dynamic, goddess energy, the psychological world, the second level of power, the personal level of power. Please, 1 card in clarity for the Aries collective. This, their full to new moon in Scorpio. I can say it. October 2022. The sun. Do-do-do-do. It's all right. Look, the Sun card, Amaterasu, Japanese goddess of the sun. Definitely a happy, happy, happy card. And in a reading like this, when we're just pulling one card for a set of chakras, this lights up all four. All the major arcanas do that. So maybe you are a warrior of truth, a warrior of truth, a warrior of healing, a warrior of light, which sounds really cultish and horrible, but I guess you kind of get what I'm saying. I'm just getting flashes of True Blood season 1 and 2, right? Warriors of the Sun, something like that. Look, this is the thing. There is healing, there is truth, there is happiness, there is enlightenment going on, so you're being given the light, the clarity, the alignment of heart, third eye, crown, this waning moon, to really not bring light to your shadow. Course in Miracles says, don't bring light to your shadow, bring your shadow to light. Because when you bring light into the shadow, the ego starts overanalyzing it, right? And keeps it all up here, doesn't actually do the shadow work. It makes the illusions real. Where when you bring your light to shadow, what happens? It just dissolves. Because shadow is an absence of light. Yeah. So digging that, let's look at the physical part of this. The lower three chakras, the masculine energy, relationships in the physical world. Root chakra, tribes, groups, any three or more you are connected to, from your ancestral lineage to your circle of friends, your favorite band, your favorite sport team, whatever, all of that is tribal. Second chakra, your relationship one-on-one to another person or thing, right? A substance. You can have a relationship with coffee. That's a one-on-one relationship. But also money, sex, power, and creativity, and your cardinal fire, creative fire. Solar plexus, your relationship to yourself, your honor code, what you will, what you won't, particularly as a warrior, right? Like, what is one of those words on there? Strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice, and conquering the ego. That's a solar plexus thing. Personal power. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my gods of fire, sign of Aries, powers of the south, please, beloved ones, of cardinal fire, one card in clarity for the Aries collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Watching this video and receiving this reading. What is their lower three chakra dynamic? Outside, looking in at them horizontally, them from the inside, looking out at the world. Tribal one-on-one relationships, their relationship to themselves, all of that, some of that for this, their full moon in Aries, the new moon in Scorpio, October 2022. Double whammy, the sun and the sun, holy shit. You got Apollo in the mythic tarot. So this is total alignment of health and truth. And for a shadow read, gorgeous. Just gorgeous. It is rare that we get, 1 minute, kitty cats need me, be right back. It's pretty much a daily occurrence when I'm doing videos here that one of my cats is like, Mom. Okay, cats can't say dada. They can only say mama. When they go meow, I pay attention. One more time. Total double whammy here, right? As I said, let's talk about the needle scratch. A little distracting. I'm okay with it. They're cats. There is a lot of light, a lot of truth, a lot of healing available for you here, but I'm going to tell you right now with Apollo, don't screw around. He's a god of integrity. He brings all things out into the light. A wonderful deity to work with when you feel like you are being lied to or disillusioned, because he hates it. He hates it, and he's got a prophecy, right? So your intuitive functions should be on high for this, which is great over a waning moon. So, chakras in play. It's so rare we get double whammies, as I was going to say before I was feline intervention, with only 2 tarot decks in an 8-card draw, and they're both the same card, inner and outer. It's a pretty clear sign. Okay, it's just an alarm. Whatever, siren. Let's get you a Macan healing mantra card to help you align this. A mantra is helpful. In Sanskrit, look up the original meanings of words, right? Mantra means to cover, to protect. It also means mind tool, because Sanskrit's cool like that. So a little something to help you do the shadow work. let's see what the Ascended Masters of Action have to say, because we're dealing with an action family archetype. Please take a nice deep breath. And the soul powers therein. Still point. Still point. There you are. I call upon the Ascended Masters of Action for the Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross Watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. Please, the perfect healing mantra to help them alchemize this warrior in the 8th chakra. Sun on the inner, sun on the outer. This, their full moon in Aries to new moon in Scorpio, October 2022. Hearing inner guidance, my intuition flows whenever I am still. So, interesting for about action, and I said your intuitive functions seem to be really highlighted, if that's the right word, yeah, highlighted, plural, right, all of it, every chakra filled with light. So, to find the stillness, still point, right? Everything else moves, but you come right into center, right into now, right to zero. Zero limits, Joe Vitale, Ho'oponopono, and all that. So I'm going to read this for you. Hearing Inner Guidance. Highly recommend Matt Kahn's book, The Universe Always Has a Plan. There's a lot in there about stillness. Hearing inner guidance. My intuition flows whenever I am still. When you hear inner guidance, you receive an affirming and defining moment of inspiration. There it is on the table. It can be a new direction, a new way of seeing old patterns, or an enchanted idea that is delivered in your own voice out of the silence. That word enchanted, man. Things are not as they appear to be. That's what an enchantment is. When inner guidance is heard, you are ready to either hunker down into the healing benefits of your current circumstance or move forward into a brand new chapter. You feel the action there? It's like hold it, hunker down, or act, right? Perfect. In either case, it is an opportunity to further align with your soul by embracing your needs for stillness, your need to have your own guidance system clear enough to then take action. This mantra is ideal for resolving restlessness, which is an Aries trait, becoming a better listener to this, not just this, right? And being more open-minded. Aries, the brow, right there, open-minded. Makes sense to me. Halfway through, 4 cards done. Let's ask the higher selves of all involved with the Whispers of Love. Alana Fairchild, yeah? I think that's the name. I mean, second names. I have name aphasia, I guess. The higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Now look, I love this deck, but all of a sudden the romance card can pop up. So it often turns the party. Let's see if it does. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love for the Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross Watchers watching this video, receiving this reading? Piece of information, inspiration, insight needed to alchemize the warrior. Sun on the inner, sun on the outer, hearing inner guidance, because their intuition flows whenever they are still. What do you got for them? The whisper of love for this, their full moon to new moon in Scorpio, October 2022. Express love through gifts. There's an action. There is an action. Express love through gifts. Giving a small token to someone expresses your love to them. And nowadays, with social media and stuff, that gift can just be reaching out and saying, I was thinking of you. I hope you're okay. I love you. Have a good day, right? That is a gift energetically. You can do this, yes, silently. You can do this through prayer. You can do this through meditation, blessings, whatever. But I think with a warrior there, I mean, you know, they're prayer warriors. It's not my favorite phrase ever. But certainly to take action on that in some way, little by little by little, over a 2-week period, right? As you hear your inner guidance, it will flow right in that stillness, and you will be shown what feels right, what feels helpful, healing for the well-being of all. Let's keep going. If you're going to do shadow work, it's part of the hero's journey. It really is. Every movie where the hero is involved in some way, shape, or form, there's always a descent into the underworld, facing the shadow, blah, blah, blah. So why not know what your spirit animals and totems are up to? Because, you know, like He-Man and Battle Cat, right? Superboy and Crypto. Although every time I hear cryptocurrency, I think of Superboy's flying dog. Can't help it. Kitties? No, that's the rain. Mama hearing. And the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacey DeMarco is just amazing and very informative. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, please, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, giving them the guidance, the grace, the love, the wisdom, the power, the protection, the support, and the oracle message needed for them to alchemize the warrior, sun on the inner, sun on the outer, hearing inner guidance and expressing their love through gifts. This, their full moon to new moon in Scorpio, October 2022. Polar bear. I've dated a bunch. Love how the gay community just totemizes everything. I'm a lion, technically. According to that, ancestors. Oh boy, have we brought the ancestors into it. Look, we've had warriors in our upline forever on this planet, right? Because war was just a thing, and still is, obviously, but the reasons for it have changed, the human reasons, right? So to call upon your ancestors with the polar bear, interesting. What was that? Card number 26. White font on a white cloudy background. Not helpful, Blue Angel Publishing, but I love you. Just going to read you the first part and the last part. The first part's a little bit of a verbal description. The second to last part, pretty much, is the magic implicated. So, polar bear ancestors, you are the carrier of a bloodline that stretches back for millennia. Cro-Mags, right? Maybe Starseed, whatever. You do you. Yet you are uniquely your own self. Take the positive from your ancestry and observe and note the negative. Family dysfunction stops here. Welcome to Shadow Work, folks. Ancestral, you're clearing ancestral patterns. Honor those in your family who honor you. It is a positive and natural action to individuate from your family on your own terms. You're an Aries. Oh my God, Airy fairies, you're an Aries. The magic, polar bear magic, is ancient, powerful, and profound. Should you wish to heal trauma of any kind, call upon this bear's energy to assist you. Workings to address ancestral pain or shame passed down from one generation to the next can benefit from polar bear energy. Call upon those ancestors, right? The healers as well as the warriors, because believe me, healers were needed in war too, right? Patch up the wounded, bury the dead, witch that I am. Past life memories are coming and going, but let's move on. The newest deck to the Drawing the Circle Productions Divination Team, the Whispers of Lord Ganesh, to help remove the 3 obstacles of lead in that gold. And then we'll do our last card down, the Blessed Bee, which gives an indication of the gold hidden in the lead, the hidden blessing that's there right now. So that do the alchemy, that's where you're headed most likely. Because, I know, quantum. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Beloved Lord Ganesh, please, one card in clarity. Elephant-headed god of the Hindus, please, remover of obstacles, god of prosperity and abundance and peace and success and joy and fun and all that. I do love me some elephants, please, one card in clarity for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. watching this video, receiving this reading, your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle message to help them alchemize the warrior in the eighth, sun on the inner, sun on the outer, hearing inner guidance, expressing love through gifts, dealing with the ancestors in some way, shape, or form. What is your oracle message for the Aries Collective and Crosswatcher? This, their full to new in Scorpio, October 2022. Cultivation. I don't think we've done this one before. Cultivation. It's a relatively new deck. Got it at Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs, Phila Street, Phila. Say hi to Veronica and the staff if you're there, if you visit. Card number 37. Look, he's playing his sitar as his sitar gently weeps. Card number, is that a 57 or a 37? Got that fancy number there. 37. Cultivation. 36, 37. All one page? No, a page and a little bit more. Breathe. Card number 37, cultivation. Listening to music can heal, encourage, and nurture your soul. Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Your spirituality is an essential part of who you are, and it forms the framework of your world. Music resonates with the human spirit. At the heart of humanity is the song of the soul. Now think about that. At the core of every human is the song of the soul, our immortal nature, and the song it sings. Music has the power to unite communities, cultures, and civilization. Listening to music can heal, hearten, and support your soul. Studies have found, I love when a sentence starts with that, studies have found that musical tones communicate with and have an energetic impact on the cells and organs of the human body. Absolutely true. It is believed that the cells vibrate and essentially have their own musical intonations. Listening to music can help heal and uplift your energy. You may find that tuning into uplifting or calming music, you create space for greater contemplation and in turn gain more clarity about what you are creating in your life. Cardinal fire. It can also bring about stronger connection to your higher self or to oneness. And I'm going to say with Apollo, the sun, double whammy, it's a lot of light, a lot of inspiration, but Apollo is one of the gods of the arts. Apollonian art, classical, ballet, right? Structure, not Dionysian, his younger brother, which is a bit more funk and groove. You know, right? Hey, kitty face. I don't know if you could see him there, black cat on a black cushion. Music cultivates community as sound fosters communication and greater unity. Cultivation is a continual process that develops, encourages, and nurtures. Like if you're cultivating, yeast or something for bread, right? You gotta let it rise. A culture. There is a spiritual connection that forms between music and the listener. Ganesh is inviting you to incorporate music into your life in a way that will augment your spiritual expansion, right? That could very well help you come into alignment with all of this to take the action needed to express gifts. Maybe you're expressing your gifts is music. Listen to soothing music while you prepare for your day. I do. I dance every morning. Okay, the New Pornographers, Canadian band, absolutely amazing, one of my favorite playlists. Move away from the noise of excessive electronics and digital images and back into a more melodic existence. Take time to sit and listen to music. Doing this can shift your energy to a clearer, more receptive state. So cultivation is a process, right? Like cultivating a garden, right? It takes a while. Now, what's interesting about that is certainly speaking more of the creative part of this. So with all of that solar energy indicated in this, you might be very inspired, but not quite sure how to take action on it with the consideration of others, to do it with honor, loyalty, strength, skill, heroism, to be a hero warrior instead of a villain warrior. And it's a percentage scale for all of us, please. Who nails 100% gold in every archetype every single day? Well, the Dalai Lama and people like that. We always got to cut them slack. Last card down. One of the mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower. Blessed Be by Lucy Cavendish. I love this. We do the blessing for real, whatever it is. With the crystal hardware. But once this one hits the table and I read and do the blessing that's in here, then the reading is essentially over once I say so motu be. But then if you like, hang around at the end as I release the Aries Collective and I let the full goofy go. I release you all that way. The lead hidden in the gold. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the pantheons of all pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures, please, one card in clarity for the Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, the gold and the lead, the healthy from the toxic, the hidden blessings should they do their best. Don't have to do it perfectly, who knows what that is, perfectly for them, to do their best to alchemize the warrior in the 8th chakra, the sun, heart, third eye crown on the inner, the sun, root sacrum, solar plexus on the outer, hearing inner guidance, getting still so their intuition flows so they can express their love through gifts with the help of the ancestors or about ancestral patterns, something like that, as they cultivate this with music in some way, shape, or form. Should they do their best with all of that? What do you got for them? The hidden blessing, the gold within the lead, this their full to new, October 2022. A blessing to lift sadness. A blessing to lift sadness. Kitties, are we doing this again? I'll be right back. I'm just glad that I got the card on the table so now I can actually do the blessing. How angry can I get at them? They're so cute. It's like living with 3 male black cats is like living in a Tex Avery cartoon most days. Let's do this. Card number 30, a blessing to lift sadness, which is, you know, kind of perfect for shadow work, right? Bringing your shadows to light, evaporating that element of water with that sun, to lift that sadness. Card number 30. Ooh, I'm one away. And not a terribly long one. Let's do this for realsies. Remember, Crosswatcher or Aries Collective, you do this. You're helping lift the sadness for everybody. Empath, unity, blah, blah, blah. Breathe. Card number 30. A blessing to lift sadness. A blessing to lift the sadness that cloaks you, yet retain the wisdom and lesson that it has come to teach you. Sadness is a strange friend, a gloomy mist of feelings that moves through you slowly, softly, stilling the growth and dampening the fire within. Aries. It can feel like a death, this farewell to joy, yet within its sorrow there await for you great gifts. So when the time comes for sadness to move on, we ask for this blessing to allow it to slowly, softly lift from you. A diver who has been down deep beneath the oceans, and as you rise, may it be slow enough so you can adjust to the happiness that will begin to flower again in your heart. May your breath become deeper, your smile begin to light up your face again. May your eyes widen and sparkle with the wonder of all that is about you. And may your limbs find joy in movement once again. May you rise. And with that rising, bring with you the teachings of the sadness you have experienced, yet be free from the heaviness that has weighed you down so far below that you seem apart from other people. Because that is exactly how it feels. But then, how many billions of people are feeling the same way in that moment? Yeah. May you join others and find pleasure in company once again and find solace in the sharing of your experiences. Maybe that's the gift, right? Expressing your love through gifts. May you not hate the sorrow that came to stay a while, but know its presence brought you something holy, a lasting compassion for the suffering of others, and the sure knowledge that as you once went before, you shall surely rise. And if it comes to stay again, you will not fear its permanence, for it is temporary in its companionship, and you will again become a creature of gladness. To balance the time you have spent within the cave of sorrowful knowledge, be blessed as the sadness lifts, and when that morning breaks, and you feel light and glad, and laughter bubbles up from within, remember that the wheel turns, and take the joy, and shine it out into the world, sun on the inner, sun on the outer. Your candle is relit, friend. It is time to brighten all who meet you with the presence of your light. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. Blessed be. What a lovely reading. Take some action, you warriors, your Aries. It does make sense to me. And if it makes sense to you, if it helps, if it clicked, if it resonated, hit the thumbs up. Help the other Aries find the video. It's the only way I think that they can, unless they know about this already, right? And if you want more of me here on YouTube and you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell, because I'm not stopping. This is my creative art form. This is my mystical art expression, and this is how I take action pretty much every day. But if you want the deeper experience absolutely every day, come Patreon on Patreon. It's the best thing I've ever done, best career move I've ever made. My humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses, my subscribers over there, I adore them. And they adore me, and they are helping me do my deal to help this world heal, anchor paradise, planet Earth, and all that jazz. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link in the description box, booking a reading with Mel, a video that explains it all for you, beginning, middle, and end. Absolutely all of it, just like Clarissa would explain it to you back on Nickelodeon. Otherwise, seriously, my Rams, I love you so much, my first Housers, have at it. Do the shadow work, reach out, get help, and eventually put that into action by really getting still and feeling your intuition flow. Hang in there. I love you. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.